Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. First off, thanks for watching and thanks for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. So, episode 3, Krispy Kreme, engine tear down. I did cheat just a little bit. I've got the engine and transmission separated. I'll show you the back of the motor. It looks like it was rebuilt. It's got a pretty much brand new center force clutch in it. You can tell it's been sitting for a while. It's got a light surface rust on the flywheel and stuff like that. So I'll show you that real quick. First off, let me show you the back of the block. Then I'll show you the flywheel. Then I'll get it put on the stand and we'll get the accessories and the heads taken off. So let's check this out real quick. All right, so here's the back of the block. Looks like it's got a new rear main, new freeze plug, new oil gallery inserts and everything were put in it at some point in time. And then we'll walk over here. A new center force clutch. Like I said, no material missing off of it at all. I don't think it was in there much time at all. You can still see the flywheel, or the pressure plate doesn't still got the lines in it. Now the flywheel, it's over here, does have a few hot spots. Probably didn't clean it off very good before they put it in there. But so yeah, I'll go ahead, get the motor on the stand, and we'll get the accessories off, and we'll pull the valve covers and intake and see what it looks like. So stick with us. All right, so got the engine on the stand. I did pull the front accessory drives off and the blower and all that, so I got it down to pretty much the heads, intake, valve covers, oil pan, balancer, and stuff like that. So I'll show you what I think started a fire in the back of the motor. Just my opinion. Could be wrong, not sure, but most of the heat was generated on the driver's side. So let me show you this real quick, what I think started a fire on this motor right here. All right, so I think this was our culprit. Looks like this line either snapped or blew off, and it got on the headers and everything like that, and it kind of flash fired, if you know how that works. And the fuel that was on the intake and the valve covers is basically what burnt everything else. So that's why I think the motor's really not hurt. It's basically just a flash fire. So we'll set the phone up real quick. I'm gonna pull plugs out first, show you guys the plugs, see what they look like, and then we'll get the intake and valve covers off, and hopefully it's good to go. I can do some new gaskets, clean it up, put it back together, and I don't have to put a ton of money in the motor. That'd be awesome. So far, I don't need a clutch. I'm gonna clean it up, so that saves some money. Transmission all looks good. I need to clean it up and detail it. It's pretty nasty looking, but that's really about it. Looks like it's just gonna be a lot of detail, clean, and prep work, which we know I'm kind of, that's my thing. So, oh yeah, look at this little lazy thing back here, Baker. Yeah, she's gonna ignore me. That's what she does. Women. All right, so let me get the camera set up real quick, and we'll get to taking off the rest of the stuff so you can see what the insides look like. All right, so let's use the sexy facade here. Got the old 5.0 Tuscan shorts rocking today. So first we're going to go ahead, pull plugs, see what the plugs look like. We'll do valve covers, then intake, and from there on, hopefully we got some good money going on here. So we're going to get plugs pulled out. Now this motor being set for a while, and the water that was in the oil pan and the fire, I would assume one of them is going to have at least some kind of light surface rust on it. One or two. Well, that one looks like brand new money. Okay, same there. So that's 2 for 2 that look brand new. Nope, I'm not a poet, don't know it. Okay, it's gonna cuss a little bit there, but wow. Holy crap. Check these out. Now, it's all 4 out of that side. Those all look like brand new money. Crazy. Let's see what the other side looks like. Pray it looks like the other side. It'd be phenomenal if it did. Very shocking. Okay. That one looks new. Looks like it's a little lean. Maybe a bad injector or something on that side. That one looks like it's a little lean too. Clean though, no rust or nothing. Super clean. Wow. Same here. Now these three looked a little lean. See how white those are? All 4 plugs. All 8. Oh, my whole face is carrying on to death. So that's 8 for 8. They look great. It's Poet Day. Go ahead, get the valve covers off, and let's see what these look like on the inside. So give me a second. We'll be right with you. All right. So your little auto zipper here. A lot of people probably seen this car and figured everything on this thing was trash or ruined or. Let's see what we got. Should be some 1.6s or 1.7s. Oh no! All right. So that answers my question. Saleen did not use roller rockers. Isn't that kind of weird? Now, oh, sorry, that was rags. These are extremely clean. However, I'll get it on camera. They do have some surface rust starting in the rocker arm itself, right here where the fulcrums are at on this side. So, not bad, just very light. So hopefully, if that's all we got, we're good to go. But yeah. I don't know a lot about the S351s. It's the first one I ever had, ever torn apart. I was always under the assumption that Saleen put roller rockers on these motors. I'm guessing they did not. We will be going back with roller rockers on this car, more than likely. So that side looks good. There's some surface rust on top of the rockers. Let's see what this side looks like. I'm assuming that's from the oil baffle over on that side. It looked pretty rusted shut or burnt shut with the rest of the oil cap on that valve cover. But it did get a little bit. You need some help down there, young lady? She just went whoosh. You okay? She's okay. Alright, now this side, no surface rust at all. Nice and clean. These rockers look brand new money. Get this camera over here and I'll show you what I'm talking about real quick on these rockers. All right, so see we got some light surface rust here on these back couplers, some fresh water in there. So let's hope that the cylinders don't have any of that. Now this side looks brand new money. No surface rust, no nothing. Super clean. Light detail. Probably get away with it on the other side too. So yeah. So I'll hit up some of the S351 freaks and see if this is normal for the S351s that have stamped steel rockers. Wouldn't surprise me. Is one way to save money on a build like this. And when they were building these cars, that's kind of what they did. They built them as inexpensive as they could. And that's what would make sense. Just put a stamp style rocker instead of a 1.6 motorsport rocker, which I have a set of NOS 1.6s, but I don't know if I want to use them or not. So those are rare. So I'm going to quit flapping. I'll set the phone up and we'll get the lower intake off. All right. Make sure that thing's clicking off. Let's see if we can take the intake off real quick. Oh yeah. So today is Father's Day. I hope everybody had a good day. I've been in the pool most of the day. So I figured it was easy to tore down so I can get the motor out of the way so I can work on the engine bay. That's kind of be the first thing I do is the engine bay. 6 more to go. Oh, I need to take that bypass off. Get a screwdriver here real quick. Bypass this. Well, I did take the screws out of the fuel rail, so I'm gonna hope those stay where they're supposed to be. I'm gonna pull this off. Probably should just cut this. It ain't no good. It isn't any good. For my correct people out there that watch my channel. It's like some of these, especially the goons, watch a lot of their videos. They're talking about whole entire. They're gonna redo the whole entire car. I don't get that. It's the same meaning. You could just say the whole car or the entire car. You don't have to say whole entire, but that's their niche, so that's their thing. Kind of cracks me up. Whole entire. Front one's a little rusty crusty. Come on, Note. She's a little stuck. It's kind of common for the front two and the back two, especially on cast iron heads. You got a lot of times the coolant or the stuff gets in there on the bolt and it ends up looking kind of like that, like a poopy. Poo-poo caca, as we used to call it. Now, I've done vacuum this out several times, but still got a lot of stuff in there. It's one of them. That was a good screwdriver. That shows you how tight that intake's on there. Now, I've read about some intakes being super tight, but I've never had one that tight. Normally they just pop right off. Normally. Alright, that's the front. I broke my screwdriver. Remember, right tool, right job. It's not a pry bar. It's already broke, so it don't matter. Alright. Whee! Looks like new money. Hell yeah. A little bit of fresh water in there, I think, for me washing it the other day. This is a roller motor too. Full roller, baby. Wonder what cam's in it. Now, I'm not sure if Saleen converted them to rollers. A lot of people don't realize the early roller blocks weren't all roller like I talked about before. This motor is a full roller block. It's got the push rods and all that in it. Show you that real quick here in a minute. I don't know if that's something the guy that built the motor last time did. I was praying it had been converted. It's got all the factory stuff in it. Now, I've got a little bit of surface rust back here on the valley where it looks like the intake gasket, because doesn't look like as good as that was stuck. It doesn't look like there's much RTV or gasket material back here on this rear intake plenum, and it looks like it was leaking water down into the block a little bit. So that's something I'm going to have to clean out. Nothing major though. Other than that, it's trying to get some of that water out is what I'm doing. All right. So, show y'all this real quick. All right, look at that. Other than this little bit of surface right here I'm gonna clean out, this thing looks brand new. Brand new money. Heck yeah. So that's good to see. All right, I'm gonna pop these rocker arms loose, these push rods out, and we're gonna see what looks like inside the cylinders. Let's pray for the best. All right, so got the big gun hooked up. I already broke these loose. I'm gonna do the driver's side cylinder head. I didn't get any coolant out of that side, but we'll see. Now, before you go pulling the heads off, I normally take the center one, I'll spin it in a couple more threads. Because I'm going to take that side off first, then this side. Well, maybe I'll pull this one off first, since the pan's over here. They did use ARP head bolts. That's pretty cool. So far, other than a little corrosion, looks really good. So, best that can be expected for something that's sat for 2 years after it burnt. That's my theory. It's been sitting for 2 years. See how much water I can get on my feet. Not much. Well, it's got stock truck pistons in it. But I'll tell you, the cylinder on this side looks brand new, all of them. Now, these might not be truck pistons. They look forged now that I cleaned the top of it off. They may just be recessed because there are some valve reliefs in the top too. Now I'll know for sure once I spin it over and look at the bottom of the piston and see what they say. But now I know the originals. See what it's got. Those are kind of cheap head gaskets. Alright, let's get this other side off real quick. Show you all these purdy cylinders. And I'll put a ratchet. So nice picking up aluminum heads versus cast iron heads. So much lighter. Got ready to yank them off of there like I was going to pick up a 100-pound cylinder head and it's like, oops, comes right off. Hoop ya. And that one got me a little bit. No rust in the combustion chambers at all. That looks good on that head. Wow. Cylinders look super nice, guys and gals. This one looked like it might have had a little wear in it when they did the rebuild. I was kind of hoping it had a nice set of forged pistons in it. So we won't know till I get the old pan off. So for now, let me show you the bottom, or the cylinders, not the bottom, and show what they look like. They look super nice. All right, driver's side first. Really nice. Like I said, I gotta find out what pistons those are once I get it apart. Everything looks really good. Like I said, there's a little bit down in here. It looks like it was before the rebuild. So I'm thinking it's a stock piston or something because it got some numbers right there. I'll have to clean that up and see what it is. So maybe not. Let's see. All right, so I'm going to roll the motor over, get the oil pan off, and let's see what kind of pistons it's got in. All right, so I did cheat a little bit. I already took the bolts out. Made a nice little mess here on the floor. So you don't get to see it the first time I get to see it. So. Ooh la la. That looks brand new to me. There's some nastiness in the bottom of the pan. It does have a one-piece rubber seal on it. That's why the pan came off super easy. Got a windage tray on there. That's kind of cool. Didn't expect that. Now, this crank right here, it does look like it's got some light surface rust on it. So let me get the right size socket and I'll bar this over and we'll see what it looks like real quick. Alright, so I got this thing rotated. I'm going to show you that spot of rust. I also noticed whoever put the motor together put the rod bolt on upside down on a cap, like a rod nut. On those, there's a flat side and a tapered side, and whoever assembled this motor wasn't paying attention. So we'll probably go back through it, make sure it's done right, but I'll show you this real quick. Alright, so right here, this is, see this rust right here on this crank? That going to need to be cleaned up really good. This is the cap bolt or nut I was talking about. You can see how it's been galled on this right here, the flat side. It's supposed to go towards the rod cap. This one might be the same way. These are right. See how that one's, this one right here. Oops, this one, see how it's tapered? That's how it's supposed to be. So the rest of them look correct. I don't know, maybe this rod put on upside down or something, the rod bolts or something. I don't know. So yeah. Alright, so I'm going to try to clean the top one of these pistons before I end this video. Show you, see if we can find a part number. I couldn't find any on the bottom. Maybe we can find a part number. If not, we'll figure it out from here. So let me get this flipped over and clean off one of these pistons. Alright, I got this one cleaned off. I'll read you the part number real quick. I'm going to look it up, Google it. Thinking it's a cast 30 over piston is all it is. So let's check it out real quick. Alright, so there's the part number. You can see it. It's 46 3P 30 over 34107-12C. So that's it for project Krispy Kreme 351 teardown. I'm really happy with what I found so far. Probably just going to go ahead, pull the pistons, crank, take the crank to the machine shop, have them clean it up, get the block cleaned up, that little light surface rust. It's just the best thing to do. It's a part. If you do it right, do it light, do it wrong, do it long. It's just an old football saying. But anything like this, I'm going to put the time and effort into it. I'm going to do it right every time I do it. So I'll go ahead and get the cam taken out of it, see what bump stick it's got in it. Maybe it's got a cam in it. Well, obviously got a cam, but you know, aftermarket cam. Happy with the heads. Probably just good, you know, resurface and clean and some new seals, and those should be good to go. Finish tearing down the rest of the engine, get it to the machine shop, have them clean it up, and see what we got once we get it cleaned up. So that's it for today in the teardown. Again, happy Father's Day. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. If you want to see more content on Krispy Kreme, let me know. I'm cross between Frankenstein and Krispy Kreme right now, so I'm kind of bouncing back and forth. Get this major mess cleaned up. Go cook me some dinner and maybe use the pool a little bit more today. So again, happy Father's Day. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. And remember, it's not just junk. It's Fox junk. Y'all have a good day.